Hey Nesters, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing with you a Goodwill Thrift Haul. I got 25% off my entire order, so you guys can keep that in mind. And I picked up about half and half as far as items to resell and keep. So I will start with the items I plan to resell first. The first thing I got here is this cool little Garfield. He is vintage from 1978, I believe. It's on the tag here. Yep, 1978. It says, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a darn." One of these has recently sold, very recently sold on eBay for $35, so I am going to list it for the same. And I paid $1.50 for him, so that's a great profit. Are any of you guys into horses? I found this really cool vintage metal horse here. I believe it's made of brass or copper tone brass or something. I'm not quite sure. It is a metal horse for sure. And it is made in the USA. It's marked. I paid $1.50 for it. And I believe this is a old carnival prize you could have won back in the day, and I think my grandmother had a set of these. It looked very familiar to me. I was at my grandparents' house most of my childhood, and yeah, I believe she had something very similar to this, so I definitely kind of recognized it as being an older piece as soon as I saw it. I plan to ask between $20 and $25 for it in my Etsy shop with free shipping included, so yeah. If you guys like horses, be on the lookout for this. Super cool. So I was really excited when I found this guy because I actually knew what it was this time around, right? I picked up one of these a few months ago. It was a chocolate brown one, and it's this cute little ceramic hand-painted doggy eyeglass holder. I didn't know that's what it was. I just thought it was cute the last time I picked it up, but you guys let me know what it was. You guys used to make them back in the 70s and 80s, I guess, in your ceramics class. This one is actually from 1972. It's marked on the bottom and super, super cute. Let's see how it works. Can use my glasses here. So I believe you just put them on like that and wrap it around the back there, and you got yourself a cool, move my hand, cool little dog. Isn't that the cutest thing? I think that's super fun. I believe I'm gonna ask $20 for this with shipping included. These next items I picked up, I paid up for them. I don't really know why I paid as much as I did for them, besides the fact that I don't come across vintage Thanksgiving items hardly ever. And I just thought they were super adorable. So they had a marked $6 a piece. Absolutely crazy, right? So it was $12 for the set. Then with my 25% discount, I paid $9 for them, which, you know, doesn't stand to leave too much room for profit, but I couldn't leave them behind. I thought they were really adorable. And when I did some research on these, I found them, but they were all painted differently, which is interesting to me because they do have the vintage Napco wear sticker on the bottom. So I almost want to say these were hand painted, that they used to have some sort of mold for them, because like I said, they're in a bunch of different colors. So I don't know. It's very interesting anyways, if that is the case. And especially because she has the lace detailing around the bottom of her dress and the hat. So I don't know. If you guys know if these were hand-painted items, let me know. I think I'm going to try to get somewhere between $30 and $35 for them. And I'm going to include free shipping for them. And, you know, since I paid up a little bit, I feel like that's a reasonable price for the set here. They're really adorable, and anyone that wants to decorate vintage and for Thanksgiving are going to love these. So I saw a couple of copper trivets. They are vintage trivets from 1983, and they're in decent condition. They do have a little bit of that penny tarnishing, I guess. I don't know. You know how on pennies the copper turns a little bit green? There is some of that in the crevices on these, so if you guys know a good way of cleaning that up, please let me know, because I really would like to clean these up before I list them. But they had a marked $3 a piece, so $2.25 I paid for them. And this one here has the fruit on them. I thought that was really cute. It's a little fruit basket there. You can see the kind of weaving of the basket. And the other one I like a little bit better. It has a teapot on it. is this one here, and super gorgeous, I believe. And yeah, this one's a little bit dirtier than the other one, so I'm gonna have to try to clean them up. And after I get them cleaned up, I'm going to list them, I believe, for $20 to $22 and include free shipping in that. I spied this really awesome pressed flowered art piece here. It's shaped like a heart and it has a welded metal around it. I'm not sure what the metal is. Is it pewter perhaps, or tin? I'm not quite sure what they use. I have seen this done before though. My husband's, one of his uncles had made a Christmas ornament for us once similar to this, and it's really neat that, you know, someone likely handmade that, so I really like that. And I always am a fan of this pressed flower art and the butterfly taxidermy stuff, so I almost never leave it behind. This cost me 75 cents, and I believe I'm gonna ask around $20 for it shipped. So yeah, I thought that was really fun, and I think someone's gonna really enjoy that. So this here is a vintage Libby glass, and it's in this nice gold leaf pattern here. I paid 75 cents for it. There was only the one glass. I have a hard time anytime I see a vintage glass leaving it behind, because I'm always afraid it's just gonna get tossed because, you know, there's only one glass. No one really wants just the one. But, you know, there's lots of people out there that need replacements. So if I find a good quality vintage glass, you know, it's in good shape, I grab them. And I mean, I love the bottom to this. It's a super solid piece. So hopefully I can find at least one more in my yard sailing and thrifting travels this summer, and I will likely list them together, but if not, I might, you know, just go ahead and list the one of them, and hopefully someone appreciates that I rescued it for them so they can, you know, replace one if they need to. And yeah, so I got that. I also found two of these vintage month angels. I got one in June here, and then this one here is in December. I'm a December baby, so of course I like this one just a little bit more. But they were 75 cents a piece for me. They had an additional one there that was, I can't remember the month, but they had flowers on it, and unfortunately flowers were all busted up, so I left that one behind. This one, the December one, does look like it had a repair job done to the wing. I didn't notice that before, but it's fairly, you know, a fairly good glue job, so I don't really mind. I think that's kind of to be expected with vintage items, right? These vary in price online depending on the maker. These do have a vintage sticker on the bottom of them. Well, one of them does. And yeah, you can get between $20 to $30 for them, maybe a little bit lower. Like, it really depends on what it is exactly, the condition and whatnot. I believe I'll probably ask about 18 to 20 a piece on these and include free shipping personally myself, but we'll start there and see how they do. I know a lot of people enjoy collecting these kind of things, so I definitely was gonna get them for 75 cents a piece. So I snagged this guy here for myself. I like birds and bird figurines. This one has a few condition issues, but nothing too serious. There's a little bit of a chip right there on the glass and just slightly on the wings, but this is really up my alley. I like these kind of bird figurines, and I paid 75 cents for it. I really like bird watching. I want to get binoculars. I'm like that nerded out by it. I really want to just geek out to it. I want to get a nice, you know, bird feeder and stuff. I'm terrified of bears though. Living in Maine, it seems like everyone that puts out bird feeders gets bears, like issues with bears in the yard. So I have yet to do it. I do the hummingbird feeder, and that's fun, but I really would like to, you know, to attract more birds into my yard. But I'm thinking once we get a little bit past spring where the bears aren't so hungry anymore after their winter nap, I'm gonna give it a shot and see how that goes, and snag some binoculars and just chill. I think it'd be fun. But yeah, I got this little bird figurine to add to my collection. I have probably maybe 8 or so of them, and I'm not hoarding out on them too much yet, but I potentially might soon. So I snagged a couple of Amberina glass pieces here. This one I've picked up. You guys have seen me haul this bud vase before. It was 75 cents, so I picked them up. And then this one I actually haven't seen before, and I'm thinking it might have potentially came with a lid of some sort originally, probably some type of a candy dish. I paid $1.50 for it, and I don't know, I just really like it. I thought it was quite a nice piece, and typically I just come across the bud vases or the pedestal candy dishes, so this was a nice find. I was happy to get this one for sure. And I think I'm actually going to keep this one. It's just really cool. And I have several of these, so I have a few in my collection and some that I'm going to resell. I haven't listed them yet. I haven't decided on a price for them. I don't think they sell for very much, but I think I'm going to sell them in pairs. So likely maybe try to get $20 for the pair of them shipped would be my guess is what I'm going to list those for. So I also found this really rad planter here. I believe it's made out of a coconut. Is that a coconut? I think so. I live in Maine, so I'm not super familiar with, you know, what coconuts look like in their full form, but I believe that's what it's made out of. The opening isn't super deep, but I had asked you guys what you might think I could put for a plant in there. Some of you said, you know, succulents would look really nice. I think a couple of you mentioned maybe putting a pothos in it, which is one of my favorite plants to grow because they're so easy, right? They're really hard to kill, very forgiving. So I could propagate some of my pothos. How do you guys say that? Pothos. I think it's pothos. And I think that's what I'm going to try because I think it will do fairly well in this, but this was $2.25 for it, and I couldn't leave that behind. So rad, right? Really cool piece. I found these really fun cloth napkins in this vintage pattern, and the tag has gone AWOL. I'm not sure where it went, but I believe it was only marked $1, so I think I got 75 cents for a price for these, and I think there's about 6 of them here. And besides the fact that they're really darling and quite a fun color, this actually reminded me of my grandmother when we used to go strawberry picking a lot. It's one of her favorite things to do when I was a kid. And she had this tank top, this like, not really tank top, like a sleeveless top that had the same material, I swear, on it. So it just kind of made me smile when I saw it and made me think of her. So I picked these up and I'll likely keep these. Against my better judgment, I picked up this boomerang here for my husband. I just thought it was really neat. It does say that it was made in Australia, and it was only $2.25. I don't think I'm gonna let him use it. I just thought it was a cool piece because, I don't know, I'm kind of terrified of what would happen, honestly. I think they can be quite dangerous, but he's a guy. He's a guy's guy, and I thought he would really enjoy that, and he did. He thought it was pretty cool. I found this neat lampshade. It has these black little polka dots on it. I thought it was quite darling. And I come across lamps I like often that don't have the lampshades, and then it's always impossible to find the lampshades, it seems, at least the ones that I like. And so I figured since this was a pretty cool shade, I'd go ahead and pick it up for $2.25. That way I'm ready to go if I find a lamp I like. So yeah, I picked that up. I found a set of 2 of these wall sconces here. They have this really gorgeous floral design, and I don't know, I typically don't like to paint wood items. I really like woodwork, you know, and I don't know, brown flowers just seems weird to me. I really want to give it some color. So I think I'm going to paint it against my better judgment, likely. Give it a shot, and hopefully it doesn't completely botch it and I don't regret it. But I think I'm going to give that a try. And yeah, I thought $2.25 a piece was a fairly good deal for those. They had this really large doily there. I got it for 75 cents. And I really enjoyed the size of it. Typically when I find them, they're about the center circle their size, right? So I enjoyed that it was quite larger, and I thought 75 cents was a great deal. They also had this set of 6 blueberry placemats. They are cloth. They have this black backing to them. I thought these are really nice. I might put these on Etsy actually. And they had them marked $5, so I got them for like $3.75-ish. And I thought that was a pretty good deal. I really am a fan of blueberries, probably one of my favorite fruits. Watermelon and blueberries are delicious. Those are probably my most favorite. And they're really good in salads. Have you guys ever tried fruit and salad? It's really good, try it. But yeah, I thought that was a great deal, and I was definitely happy to get those. You guys know I'm a fan of cross-stitch pieces, and I paid $3 for this guy here. The frames you know, needs some attention. I was kind of looking at it. I'm not a huge fan of the colors, but I think if I can paint this frame a brighter color, it will really make this pop and look a little bit more kitschy. I'm thinking yellow would look great on it. So I'm gonna give that a shot, I think, and add that to my cross stitch collection. So I was digging through the pictures and I found this guy in the back. I was really surprised when I saw it. It has a combination of the pressed flowers as well as the butterfly taxidermy in it. And it's on this nice green canvas here. I really enjoyed it. You guys know I was happy that it had the green background, so I will be putting this in my own personal decor. And it was marked $6, so I paid $4.50 for it, and I think that was definitely a reasonable price. So when I was waiting in line to check out, up front they had a bunch of vinyl records that they were trying to let go for $1 a piece. So I got 2 for 75 cents here. And I got this one, Sonny James, and then I got Ernest Tubb. I am familiar with Ernest Tubb, wasn't familiar with him. I just looked, you know, through the front real quick and grabbed a couple that seemed interesting to me. I do like a variety of music. I kind of grew up on country music, so I just think it's kind of fun to chill out to when I don't, you know, necessarily know all the lyrics to it, but I can just kind of zone out to it a little bit, so it's fun to put in. And I'm pretty sure I'll like the Ernest Tubb one. This one is kind of a up in the air. We'll see if I like it, but I thought for 75 cents it was worth it. I did pick this up in hopes it would fit my iPad mini. I got it home. It doesn't. It's a little bit too big, so I'm not sure what it actually went to. It was only 75 cents, so I gave it a shot. But if you guys have any idea what this actually fits, that would be helpful. I, you know, might list it for somebody because it's super cool. I love the Americana flag on it, so it's a bummer that didn't fit because I do need a new one, but I'll just have to search out, maybe buy a new one at full price for it. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat anyways. So who even buys a wonky busted up globe? I do. I wanted this, you see. It like is so floppy. I wanted this because I don't have one in white. I have a lot of blue globes and I need some variety. My hope is to be able to fix this. It's just kind of loose in this plastic piece, so I'm not sure if I can heat this somehow to, you know, pinch it so it sticks a little better. And if that doesn't work, I'm not afraid to try a little bit of glue on it, right? Some Gorilla Glue or something, so this isn't doing this. But they had it marked $6, so I paid $4.50 for it. I thought it was fairly reasonable for, you know, even though it's a little bit busted, but I just thought it was a really cool globe and I was happy to pick it up. I think I can fix it. So the last items I got are a few clothing items for my boys. I don't typically like to pick up clothing at Goodwill because the adult clothing especially, they have them marked $6 a piece for everything unless it's designer. You know, a name brand, they will even put a higher price on those. I think it's kind of ridiculous. I used to only shop for clothing, you know, about 10 years ago at Goodwill, and it was about $3 a piece, which was very reasonable. And I don't know, I think $6 for used clothing just seems a little bit high. Personally, you can get, you know, stuff cheaper on clearance. So I did find a few items for my boys. The kid clothes are pretty reasonably priced there. I found this really awesome Batman hoodie for my now 4-year-old. He just had a birthday. That's gonna take me a little bit to get used to. But this was marked $2, so I paid $1.50 for it. So I thought that was a really good deal there. And then I also picked him up this Ninja Turtle t-shirt. Super fun, they look cute together. And I don't see a tag on this one, but I think it was probably either $2 or $3 as well. So, you know, about $2.25 or $1.50-ish I got that for. Then for my 1-year-old, I got this cute little flannel here in the blue and green. It is in size 2T, so I just wanted him to have something to put on, you know, during the summer to keep bugs off or something, the sun, if we were outside a little bit too long, and that was marked too, so $1.50 for that. And also for him, I got this one here, just another, I wanted him to have another long sleeve just to, you know, help with sun and bugs. So this one just says Boy Genius on it. I thought it was kind of cute. And yeah, $1.50 for that as well. That's gonna do it for my haul today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know below which item was your favorite. And I have a few more yard sale hauls to film today, so stay tuned for that if you guys want to check that out. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.